In 1971, an armed force experienced gone by his spouse and infant twins, ignorant that it would be the final time he saw them. He found 5 a long time afterward that his kids had been received without his information, and he had no get to the appropriation archives. Nothing can be as excruciating as floating separated from your adored ones. We regularly listen stories of guardians falling out of touch with their children and bad habit versa, and the enthusiastic injury is as well much to handle. Sergeant Alan Thomas went through the same torment after having no implies to contact his long-lost twins. Their as it were memory was a number of photographs he frequently carried along wherever he went. Whereas serving in South Korea in 1966, Thomas met Pae Sung-kyum at the Non-Commissioned Officers Club. He was a 19-year-old armed force sergeant at the time and was promptly stricken with the wonderful Korean woman. He started alluding to her as Connie, who was 5 a long time more seasoned than him and had a child named Jae-im from a past relationship. Before long, Connie got to be pregnant, and the couple invited twins on September 10, 1967. Getting to be a father to twin babies, a boy and a young lady, was a wonderful shock for Thomas. A year afterward, Thomas tied the tie with Connie and embraced her child, Jae-im. The couple named their twins James and Sandra. In 1969, Thomas's time in Korea came to an conclusion. Be that as it may, he may not take his family to the U.S. since of an issue with Connie and Jae-im's travel permits. James and Sandra had no issue since they were the kids of an American citizen. Decided to be near to Connie and his kids, he volunteered for an unsafe visit in Vietnam. He took a 30-day take-off of non-attendance to remain with his family. He shared, "I said my farewells, but when I turned and began strolling on the plane exceptionally difficult. I couldn't turn around. Since I wouldn't take off." Thomas and Connie separated in absentia in 1973, and he started dating an American lady named Polly Paquin, who as of now had 2 kids. He listened from Connie one final time in 1974. She sent him a letter and advertised to hand over the twins, who were 7 at the time, on one condition: he had to return to Korea to induce them. Thomas moreover uncovered, "At that time, I had fair gone through insolvency. It was difficult, and there was fair no way I might get over there." Thomas hitched Paquin in 1976, and they had a child together. He moreover embraced her other kids, a child and a girl named Charlene. Tragically, he never listened from Connie once more. On the other hand, Thomas never overlooked around his family in Korea. He proceeded to compose to Connie, but his letters were being returned to him. He called the U.S. State Office out of concern for his children and gotten shocking news. Connie had put up the twins for selection in 1976, and Thomas had no right to know where they had been sent or who they were remaining with. Not knowing what else to do, the frantic father took to Facebook and propelled a viral supplication titled "Offer Assistance Me Discover My Twins." His post was seen by millions of individuals online and pulled in the consideration of ABC News, who volunteered to assist. With the assistance of investigative genealogist Pamela Slayton and ABC News bureau chief in South Korea, 2020, the searchers followed down Thomas's long-lost twins, whose birth dates and names had allegedly been changed. Because it turned out, the twins had been embraced within the U.S., and their appropriation records were safe with the Pearl S. Buck establishment. Be that as it may, as it were Jae-im, the more seasoned child of Connie, had the correct to get to selection records. The group at 2020 found that Connie had passed on in 2007, and James and Sandra were presently known as Timothy James Parker and Susan Parker. Timothy was a trucker and driving teachers in Missouri. Susan was hitched with kids and lived in Wisconsin. Much appreciated to the impressive work of 2020, Thomas was at long last rejoined with his long-lost twins in 2015. He told them that he had been searching for them for more than 40 a long time. Tragically, the twins had not met or seen each other in more than 12 a long time. They had never anticipated to meet or listen from their father and had no thought he had been looking for them. The group at 2020 organized the long-awaited family get-together in modern York City, where Thomas went with by his girl, Charlene. Thomas's long hold-up of more than 40 a long time at last finished, and he couldn't be more joyful. Last finished.